my name is Jedediah Chang, and this is a movie review of the fantastic 2016 South Korean film, The Last Princess. The Last Princess is originally based on a book written by Kwon Bi-young. The director for this film is Jin Ho, a notable director who graduated from Yonsei University and has multiple awards for his films. He directed films like Christmas in August, April Snow, and One Fine Spring Day. As for The Last Princess, it was released on September 9th of 2016 in the US and August 3rd in South Korea. For the cast of the film, The Last Princess included multiple notable Korean actors. Princess Deoke, the main protagonist in the film, was acted by Son Ye-jin, who has worked alongside Jin Ho in multiple films, such as April Snow. Park Hae-il acted as Jang-ha in the film, who was a childhood friend of the princess and served to protect her and get her back to Korea. Lastly, Yoon Jae-moon acted as the main antagonist in the film, Han Taek-soo. The historical context definitely plays an important role in The Last Princess. The film is set during the Japanese occupation in Korea. In 1905, Korea became a protectorate before Japanese took rule. During this period, forced assimilation was extremely common, as many Korean people lost their Korean names, and articles censored pro-Korean ideals, and Japanese was heavily taught in the education system. Moreover, the Korean independence movement began to rise alongside Japanese rule. This was a series of efforts to display their desire for Korean independence. While the film is partly fictional, Princess Deoke was a real person and the daughter of King Gojong. After the king's sudden death, she became the official ward of the Japanese occupation government, upholding extreme value. Later, she was sent to Japan to continue her studies in Tokyo, but the real reason was likely to reduce the possibility of an uprising or rebellion against Japanese rule. After Princess Deoke, the Joseon dynasty would come to an end after 505 years of rulership. The film begins with King Gojong, Princess Deoke's father, still alive and leading Korea. However, he is poisoned in the film, which is something that may or may not have happened in real life. Afterwards, the film shows the princess traveling to Japan to quote-unquote finish her studies. There she finds Jang Han, her childhood friend who was enrolled in the Japanese army. However, he is a major part of the Korean independence movement, which the princess ultimately joins. The picture below depicts one of the most pivotal moments in the film, where the princess is forced to give a pro-Japanese speech. The antagonist, Han Taek-soo, promised that she could return to Korea if she gave the speech, but after seeing the desperation and suffering of her people, she gave them hope of independence. In continuation, the Korean independence movement created a plan to send the princess back to Korea. This plan was ultimately unsuccessful as Han Taek-soo and his men caught on to Princess Deoke and Jang Han, who was shot and presumed to be dead. Years later, Princess Deoke was forced to be married to a Japanese man, So Takeyuki, and she raised a daughter until the Japanese surrendered in 1945. At this point, she attempted to return to Korea alongside many other Koreans and her daughter, but was sadly rejected, once again, to Taek-soo's evil plans. This drives Princess Deoke into madness, where she is ultimately sent to a mental health care system for many years. The movie then pans into the older Jang Han, who is now an old reporter seeking to find Princess Deoke if she's still alive. At the end of the movie, he arduously finds the princess and brings her back to Korea, where she finds many people awaiting her return. The major themes of The Last Princess include loyalty and courage, as well as hope and resilience. In her time in Japan, Princess Deoke's maid and friend was taken away from her. Despite the setback, she continued to fight for Korean independence with courage. Other examples are her choice to reject the pro-Japanese speech, the independence organizations committing to the bombing, which a man sacrificed his life, and Jang Han's continued dedication to find Princess Deoke throughout his entire life. As for hope and resilience, Princess Deoke remained a symbol of hope for independence despite the daunting Japanese rule. Furthermore, despite the failed attempts of resistance, the princess finally returned to Korea after many, many years. In reflection, I was extremely moved by this film, especially seeing the sheer sadness of the things Princess Tioke endured in her life. Her story effectively displays the dedication and diligence of the Korean independence movement, ultimately ending in the fall of the Joseon dynasty. Lastly, the film has a scene with the Arirang song, which remembers the sorrowful struggles of the Korean people.